It is me. It's Red. Hello, I'm a little sick. I'm going to be sniffly all day. I don't know where this came from. I woke up this morning and my cat was sitting on me and she was getting all up in my face and I was getting all her fur in me and I was like, oh, I'm a little sneezy. Like, what's going on? Whatever. And so I went to the bathroom and I put a bunch of water on me and I cleared it all out and I was like, okay, I feel good. And I felt great for up until 30 minutes ago. And I'm all sniffly. So, I don't know. I'm allergic to my cat, is what it comes down to. Also, why is my camera so high? Hello? Make me look tiny. I'm not that small. There we go. We'll do it like that. Now I look huge. Anyway, so I'm going to be a little sniffly all day. So my sincerest apologies to everybody for being a sniffly boy. But otherwise, we are here today to do some blending. What else is new? So, I've been thinking kind of big picture on a lot of stuff. I've been making things that are challenging me, right? I've been trying to make deer and boats and tentacle monsters and all sorts of stuff. But what I really need right now is to do some castle building because the main project that I'm working on right now is a castle. And so I need a fence. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make a fence today. I'm going to try and make it a little complicated. I'm going to make it a little weird, as is what we come to expect around here. But make just a castle. Who cares, right? Whatever. So we're going to make the fence portion of the castle today. I have no clue if we're going to be doing more castle on Friday or if this is going to be a slow burn. But yeah, this is what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the music back on. And I'm going to sneeze. Oh, please, just let me sneeze. Nope. It's going to be a suffering kind of day. Oh my gosh, my eyes. My eyes are going to be tearing up if I cry fully on stream. You all know what's going on. Let's throw that music on. Hey, a little bit of Wind Waker. The ramparts? Not gonna lie, I don't know what a rampart is. Hey, what's up, Greemall? Greemall's always here with the best emotes. Okay, so we got ourselves a fence. I'm gonna go ahead and start with a collection. We're gonna call it a stone fence. Oh, I'm fully just gonna cry today. Guaranteed. We're all gonna have a nice sensitive moment together. Oh, get out of my nose. Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna make I'm gonna make a fence today. This is gonna be a weird day, man. Huge apologies to everybody. I'm not that sorry, I guess, but it is silly. So the big fence that you can walk on top of, or fences like you have in the pictures. No, it's not going to be a rampart. It is going to be a fence like I have in the pictures. I know what you're saying. I have ramparts in my build, but we're not doing them right now. That ain't the goal today. But yes, these are just normal fences. They're going to be slightly above the head of a person. They're going to be covered in barbed wire too, just to put that out there. Okay. In fact, let's go to object mode. Let's grab that. Never heard of castle fences? Yeah, okay, so here we go. Here's some world building for everybody. This is sort of post-apocalyptic. There is no moat. There's no moat. I hate to tell you, there's no moat. I'm gonna go ahead and say the fence, the quote-unquote fence that we're making, it's... How am I gonna put this? It's weird. The world that we're building out is not like a medieval castle. There's a little bit more going on under the surface here. Zombies? There are no zombies. There's something like zombies, although I think that might be a bit of a misnomer, but I don't want to give too much away. Can't give too much away. What's the fun in that? Okay, so we're going to get going on here, I think. Okay, I can give all of that a real nice crease. Minotaurs? No, not Minotaurs. If you guess it, I will say yes or no. I won't give details, but I will say yes or no if you guess it correctly. Have you done any actual game coding, or are you just building assets? I've done a good amount of coding in my life, but I have not done coding for this specific game. This is just a walking sim, so there's not going to be a lot of code for it anyway. I kind of thought about coding a boat ride in this game, but I ultimately decided against it. So there's not really a lot of code to be done. I'm doing it all in Unreal, so a lot of that stuff is automatically covered for me. So kind of ends up not being like a thing that I have to worry about on my end. What I am coding right now is my game that comes after this, which does have a lot of code associated with it. So I've been slowly working on the code for that, because I'm not good at code. So there's a little bit of code. But for the most part, I'm not very good at coding. You know what? No, I do want that flat top. As best as I can handle it. I'm old. I keep forgetting that everyone has a free engine that mostly does away with any coding. Yeah, that's what's best about it. Currently, this game does not have any mini-games. Maybe there will be, but really what I'm trying to do with this game is learn 3D. Like, it'd be cool to have a little bit more than that in this game, for sure. Don't get me wrong. But for the most part, all I want is just to have like a game that's done. Small zombie ducks. Nope, I can certainly say there's not small zombie ducks. I don't know what a wraith is. Wraith is kind of a general term, isn't it? There we go. Let's go ahead and delete just that face. And now I can grab that. And we're going to GX that on over. Also, for anybody who's like, hey, when's the game coming out? Why aren't you making the game faster? Stuff like that. That is not my goal right now. So, you know, shout out to people who make games really quickly, especially when they're first learning how to do stuff. But that's definitely not my intention for the time being. So let's not get too caught up in the details of when things will be done, how things will be done, stuff like that. That's not my concern. Children. CQDK, you're closer than you think. You're closer than you think with children. Okay, so we're going to finish this fence in like 2 minutes, apparently. Oh, no. I wanted this to be a big build, for sure. All right, well, you know what? Let's just do it correct. Let's just do it right. Bodies. Okay, what do you mean bodies? Because everything is a body, right? I suppose not everything has a body, but like, what do you mean by bodies? Okay, let's throw a cube on here. Okay, so we're going to grab you, and we're going to throw another mirror modifier on here. I think we're going to make maybe the best looking fence I could have thought to make today. And I'm not even going to work that hard for it. They are a type of ghost. Apparently, I mean a white. I understand that. Okay, so ghost is pretty much correct. These things are basically ghosts. There's another word that I would use instead of ghost, but they're basically ghosts. Okay, so we're going to say that looks all right. All right, there's a very specific gimmick to these ghosts that I'm not sure if I would like to share or not, but if people guess it, I guess I will say. But there's a gimmick. There's a big gimmick to what's going on. Is the big stuff. Child ghosts. Yeah, you're basically right. I mean, they are children. They're not like children died and became ghosts, but they're childlike entities. Okay, so this part sucks. How do I want to make this work? That looks just about right to me. If that's not even, I don't know if I care too much. Side note, somewhat related to 3D modeling, Kena Bridge of Spirits is amazing in the graphics. What? Kena Bridge of Spirits is amazing in the graphics. What? Can you decipher that sentence for me? My brain can't function right now. What? Kena Bridge is a place in a game called Spirits? Is what I'm hearing? Is how my brain is processing that sentence? Also, you're saying kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's? Yeah, basically. There's something there. They're not animatronics, but you're close. Oh, I don't like that. Ba 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 ba. Kena Bridge of Spirits is the title of the game. Got it. I've not heard of this game. What's the general premise? What is this game? There we go. And then we're going to grab you, and we're going to GZ you on down to make that nice little curve. And then we can go ahead and combine all that together. Girl helps spirits move on to the afterlife. That's like the perfect premise to anything ever. Like that's, I don't care how like cliche or like overused that is. That is definitely like the best premise for anything. What's the one? There's the anime that's the same thing. Something something Book of Friends. It's the same idea. And it's such a good premise. Souls of dead children walking around. No. No, they're not actually dead children. They're not actually dead children. They're just creatures. Okay, so let's go round these guys out a little bit. I think we only need like a 3 there. I'm thinking that is it. Shade that smooth, throw on some auto smooth. Get that looking crazy. Yeah, baby. Look at that. Forest spirits. They are not forest spirits. All right, so they're ghosts. We're going to say they're ghosts. Okay? Kind of. We're going to say they're ghosts. What's special about them? And more specifically, why would you want to have a fence if they're ghosts? Because clearly ghosts will just go through the fence, right? So why would you have a fence if you have ghosts? That's pretty good looking to me. I'm going to say that's it. Now, there is some difficulty here. And I actually realized I've made a huge mistake. So I gotta fix this. Alright. Let's go ahead and put in our other one. That one right there. We can hide you. To keep whatever they possess in. That's not a bad call. Are they like small demons? Yeah, they're like small demons. There's part of it, but they have a special power. They do something. They have an ability, and that's why they're being controlled so heavily. That's why you have a fence and barbed wire. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove this real quick. In fact, I'm looking at this. What do you mean manipulation? What does that mean? Explain. You know what I should be doing? I'm looking at this from the wrong angle. I should be doing a fixed count of 5. I should be 5ing this thing, because I want 5, and I should be trying to lower this angle until they match. That should be my goal, is to make these things match. Because if I do this correctly, we're going to have a really good looking bit of symmetry. So that's how I'm going to do this. I have a pretty clear idea of how I want to do this. Yeah, but I don't know what manipulation means. What does manipulation mean? Okay, so we need 2, 1, maybe let's do like 3. So, first things first, let's go into wireframe real quick. We're going to grab you, and we're going to scooch you on up to a place that we like. That'll do. Okay, next. We're going to do 2, 3. Is 3 good? Should I do 4? 4, 3, 4 is not bad. I'm going to do 4, 3, 4. Okay, here we go. 4. Now what we do is we're going to make sure that we apply scale first before we do anything. We're going to grab you, and you, and we're going to add a single bevel to each of them. And this is the distance of each of these little guys. Did you ever see the fan video of Majora's Mask? Yes, it is amazing. Yes, it is so good. I have such love for that whole thing. The musician who does the music is named Theophany, and Theophany is such a cool musician. I've been following their music for such a long time. That's the people who made Kena. Oh, that's amazing. I love that. They're so talented. They are the coolest people ever. I dig that. I dig that a lot. Okay. We're going to do 1 more each. And now I should be able to just grab you all the way down. My wife said the game is actually fun and not just pretty. She only has a few hours in, so makes me happy. That's lovely. Manipulation is like harmful influence over others? No, that's not the one. That's okay. I think we're gonna drop the ghosts for now. Let's move on. Let's focus on fence building for the time being. There we go. That is roughly what I'm looking for. Now, I know I've just made a huge mistake. For sure, I just made a huge mistake. We'll figure it out, though. I have an easy way to fix this. Oh, this is such a bad idea. Okay, hold on. Nope. We messed up, and I have to do this correctly on my first try. So let's do this all the way back. Let's grab you. Let's remove this mirror real quick. Copy. Move you on over, and we're going to edit both of these at the exact same time. And that should be good enough for us. Perfect. Okay, we can do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Dissolve edges. Let's go ahead and cut this 3 times. Which looks not quite right. But I can make it work. This ain't my first rodeo. SZ to bring those guys together. There we go. So is it like a normal fence, or does it use some sort of power other than the power of Ironstone? What makes the fence special? It is a normal fence. This is going to be just a standard fence with some barbed wire at it. The design's going to be a little bit weird. It's going to look a little bit weird, but as far as function goes, it's just a fence. Just a normal old fence. There we go. We'll go ahead and do 3, 3, 3. I feel like there's a way to use your mouse pointer to change the number of cuts, but I've never been able to figure that part out. I keep doing mouse wheel, alt mouse wheel, stuff like that. I can't figure out how you do it. Okay. Boom, boom, all the way across. So children can just climb over it? Yeah, basically. So the reason why fences exist, I'm sure everybody is aware of this. I'm sure I don't need to be the person to say this. But the reason why fences exist is to make a clear distinction of where people should be walking and where people shouldn't be walking. And so the fence itself is not meant to be super defensive. Fun fact, if you own a piece of property and you put a fence up hoping that the fence is going to stop somebody from attacking you, that's not what fences do. Fences make it very obvious that the person who's going over the fence is going to attack you. So this fence is not necessarily a defensive structure, although it does have barbed wire on it. It's going to be a lot more about, like, sending a message. Hello! So it's kind of just like a big orphanage? No, it is not an orphanage. I think we have very much lost the sauce of what this thing is. It's just a fence around a castle. There we go. That looks just about perfect to me. And I can grab both of them, and we're going to edit both of them, and I'm going to do just the best possible edit I can do here. Look at everyone being so nice. You all are very nice to each other. I kind of can't believe that. Also, don't forget to jump in the raffle, and you can put something behind the fence, you can put something on top of the fence, you can do whatever you like. I'm going to say, maybe for the sake of it, let's not have anything too bloody. If you want me to, like, stab a head on the fence or something, nah, I'm not doing that. Okay, we're going to set scale. We're going to go back to edit, and we're going to do some beveling. We're going to clamp overlap. I mean, nothing will stop someone determined to attack you, but you have a pretty determined to get over barbed wire. Exactly. That's basically the point I'm trying to make, is like, this structure here is not meant to stop people from attacking each other. It's meant to distinguish guests from invaders. That's really the goal of this fence. Okay, that looks really nice, actually. This looks lovely. Can't be mad about this fence. Is that all of them? That's all of them. Nice, easy peasy, squeezy, and we go. Look at that. Oh, gorgeous. Fences keep honest people out. Same with locks. Yeah, exactly. That's all it's meant to do. That is pretty grim looking. That looks super scary to me. So this is going to be a horror genre game. You have made some pretty creepy things, or is it more fancy? Oh, that's a hard question to answer. It is horrific. There is an element of horror to what I am making. It is not horror. It's not horror. I'm gonna say that. It's not like actual like scary game. There are elements of horror to it. It's gonna be horror adjacent, but the actual gameplay is gonna be kind of charming. So, okay, the best way I can say it, I know I'm beating around the bush a little bit. The way I'm gonna say it is, it's not a horror game. It is sort of a cute game. But it's surrounding a bunch of horror iconography. But the game is charming. Like, the game has, like, good, charming energy. There we go. That's my fence. That looks pretty perfect to me. I don't think that needs any edit whatsoever. I love the way that looks. That just looks so intimidating. Any parents in the castle? All right, CQDK. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna burst the bubble for you. It's not about children. It is not about children at all. It is not a child game. So yes, there are parents in the castle. It's got nothing to do with children. Okay, let's pull this on down. I mean, there might be babies, but it's not about babies. They're normal human beings. Okay, let's say that looks solid. And then we'll go ahead and do a little bit of that. Why is it moving? What? Oh, I see. Because I changed. Yes. Sure, that'll work. We'll get them nice and skinny. So similar to a lot of grown-up hints and stuff, like Labyrinth, Dark Crystal. Thank you for the hydrate. I don't think I would relate the game to Dark Crystal at all. Thank you for the stretch. I could use a stretch. It's gonna be funnier than anything. It's not funny like haha funny, but it's gonna be like funnier than anything. Like, it's meant to be charming. The game is just very charming. But it's showing something that's horrific. I'm trying to think of a good example. Because I don't know anything that's like this. I just had an idea and I just started going for it. And I'm not trying to claim that this is like a super original idea or whatever. It was just something that naturally came to me and I just decided to make it. It was also an easy way to practice 3D modeling, so it was a nice like first project for me to decide upon. Like Little Misfortune? Off the top of my head, I don't know Little Misfortune. I will say it has kind of a Tim Burton vibe to it. It's a little less cutesy than Tim Burton. It's going to be a little bit more serious than that. But that's definitely close to the right energy. That's definitely like, we're definitely flirting up the right alley. Yeah, it's going to be a lot more Nightmare Before Christmas. Can you throw the babies in any way? No. Hey, CQDK, there's probably not going to be babies in my game. Just going to put that out there. I think there's not going to be babies in my game. So, I wouldn't get too hung up on the idea of babies being thrown or whatever we think is going to happen. We're going to do that. There we go. Now, am I really going to sit here and model this guy? I think I am. Little Misfortune, I like that game. There we go. Now, they usually have one top and bottom, but I don't know why I would do that if I could just stick them in here. Can you interact with things, or is it a pure walking sim? So there is a goal to the game, and you have to interact with things to finish the goal. So there is interaction, but it's very specific types of interaction. But there is interaction in the game, for sure. It's such a fun game. I mean, you haven't played it. You don't know that it's a fun game. There we go. Let's put an array on there. We need 5. So we want to do exactly 5 of these guys. Right there, looked about right. So 2.75 is too much. So 2.82, I'm thinking is it. That's pretty close. So more point-and-click adventure adjacent gameplay. Yeah, but it's going to be freedom of movement. You'll be able to go wherever you want to go. But yeah, you're basically on the right track. No, you cannot click throw baby. It was a valiant effort, though. There will not be babies in my game. 2.825. Oh, is it? Oh, you meant Little Misfortune. Got it. Yes, yes, yes. Little Misfortune. This is not the first time T has talked about Little Misfortune. I know T's love of Little Misfortune. I am well aware of that fascination. Okay, I kind of like that it's going to be very slightly off-center, but nobody's ever going to notice that. If you notice that, good on you. You're a powerful observer. Okay, we're going to go to edit. We're going to grab everything. We're going to separate by loose parts. And then we're going to come in here and delete a bunch of stuff. And remove some mirrors. Oh, I should have removed the mirror immediately. I didn't think to do that. There we go. Okay, so now we got cube, 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 cube. None of them are mirroring. That's perfect. Back to $20. Yeah. They have a demo. Okay, so we're going to get this very close. Since I am working on like pretty direct game assets today, if somebody makes a good suggestion for the speed sketch, it's possible it will make it into the final product. So maybe there's a little bit of inspiration to get that working. Okay, there we go. Now we got that. Okay. Remove you. We have this. We're going to go ahead and set up set origin to 3D cursor, and we're going to go ahead and turn on the mirror, and we have it. There's our fence. Ready to go. That looks pretty good. I can't be upset with this. I cannot be upset with that. Somebody did all their lawn work, and they made some soup. It is soup time. Soup time. I think I finally got out my art block and working on illustration right now. Super hyped. Everybody's being productive today. What is the last creative project that everybody here has finished? Yeah. It's always dying in those Minecraft worlds. Let's apply scale one more time. And I don't know why I'm obsessed with this, but I'm going to do it one more time. So we're going to go into edit. I'm going to go 6 times here. And we're going to spread them out just a little bit more. Right about there should do. How long has it been? It's been 30 minutes and I'm basically done already? Ooh. It's been a while since you finished your last creative project. I was going to say nothing, but then I can remember it was the rabbit gif. Oh, yes. Your little rabbit dude in Grease Pencil. I wrote a short story about my cat that died in hardcore. I love that. Some spikes to impale people. I support this idea. Hello, Pyro. That was on brand. Last creative thing you did was your D&D character sheet. You can never finish a Minecraft project. I always die. It makes sense. It's kind of got your energy. Pyro, how are you doing? Okay, let's go ahead and let's get this thing going. I have a pretty clear vision of how we're going to do this. All right, we're up to 2. You're doing meh? Why are you doing meh? What's so meh? Yeah, what does that mean? Like, what do you got going on? Thank you. Oh, Mr. Six is here too. Everyone's here. What about vines wrapping around one of the pillars with maybe leaves or flowers? I think you should see the barbed wire first. It's cold and heating is not on yet. Got it. Prosit, which I'm assuming means bless you. Turns out whistling, pretty difficult when you're a little sneezy. I'm going to take a bath today is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go take a nice bath. Like a real good, like, hot bath. So, fun fact about my bath in my bathroom. I'm a big human being. I'm a very large person. And if I sit in my bath, I go above the water. Like, I can't just sit in my bath. My bath isn't big enough. So I have to duct tape my drain so that the water doesn't drain. And I get the water right to the edge of the bathtub, and I lay perfectly still to submerge myself. So if I move too much, the water will fall out the edge of the bath. That's how I have to take a bath, because of how large of a person I am. I haven't taken a bath for a while, and yesterday I was taking a shower, and the duct tape was still there from the last time I took a bath. And I was like, you know what, this has been here for too long. And I removed it, and I knew as soon as I removed it, I was going to take a bath. And now I want to take a bath today. I just knew it. I feel you. My thighs are higher than my overflow drain. Yeah, that's just the way it is. I've taken showers since 2010, and I have not taken a bath like a proper one since then. You got to lay on your tummy in the bath? No, I'm not doing that. What? Why would I lay on my stomach in the bath? That's a hard no from me. That's a big no from me, dog. Alright. We're going to go ahead and finish this guy off because we have something kind of cute looking here. I gotta say, I like this fence a lot. How do you lay on your tummy in the bath? Yeah, okay. You know what? Hey, everyone, can we just take a moment? Can we take a moment? Can we take a moment? This is the first time in my experience that I'm a cup of tea, and Ace Dragons have not been on the same page about something. This is the first time ever. I took a bath this morning, and then I got out my dog had eaten my cornflakes. I love that. I don't think I can sit on my stomach in the bath. I don't think it's a thing. I can't really take photos because, lewd, you had to take it there. You just had to take it there. Explain this. Oh, no. Maybe don't follow that GIF, whatever that GIF is about to be. Unless that GIF got posted in Twitch and it's just not working on OBS, in which case everybody enjoy that GIF that I can't see. Last time I took a bath, I used my bath bomb and had an allergic reaction to it. Oh, no. I love that. That's actually great energy. .08 is perfect. And now we're going to grab this whole thing, and we're going to merge by distance, and we should be removing 4 times 2 times 6. So 8 times 6, 48. Here we go. Moment of truth. Merge by distance, 48. Look at that. Best bomb ever was in Vegas. They had a giant cloverleaf 2-person bath in the corner. Best bath, sorry. In the corner room of the Excalibur Hotel. Wow. That's a little rough. What's rough? I don't know. I'm just reading all of chat all at once. It's just washing over me. I love that the day I'm sick is the day that chat is the most crazy. That's not me being ungrateful. I just do not have the ability to pay attention to anything. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? That was where you had your honeymoon? I love that. I love that a lot. I also love the weird little combo game that we have with the Blood God and Skull God. It's great. Okay, so we have dueling patterns here. This looks good. I like this. I hate to say I'm like done though. We can't be done. What's wrong? Do you have water? Am I dying? What happened? What are you freaking out about? Why are you freaking me out? Do I have something growing out the side of me? T, why are you freaking out? You're freaking me out. What are we talking about? You said you were sick? Yeah, I've been sick the whole stream. Yeah, quit getting distracted. We should create a fight club. Okay. We've all lost it today. Yeah, I am sick. Anyway. Yes, now T knows and wants me to be medicated. This is true. Okay, so let's make a fight club. Let's all make a fight club right now. What is our fight club? So I can do this part really easily, I think. By the way, this is the best song ever written in games media, so read it and weep while you can. I missed the beginning and I was mowing the lawn like a dad. That's okay. I see a green mushroom on Red's head. So fun fact, in Japanese media, a mushroom growing out of somebody's head means that they're lying. You notice that your PC room is 6 degrees warmer than the others? Okay, so perfect. Come hang out. We pillow fight each other. I'm less into it now. Only Punk's castle. What? I like whatever that means. Time to launch 3 Battlefront games. Oh, here we go. Okay, so first we're talking about taking baths, and now we're talking about pillow forts. We doing okay today? This chat today. Honestly, I don't hate the way that looks, although I really don't like that guy right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this guy and pull him out just a little bit, and that should make the correct shape. Oh, it didn't at all. Hold on. Hold on. Maybe we don't have subdivisions then. Is there even a need for a subdivision here? There is, for sure. Lie all the time, just have mushrooms going on my head. Could be a mushroom. Okay, but I think the important thing that we got to talk about is what is the name of our fight club? If we're going to have a fight club, we got to take this seriously. What's the name of it? What are we calling this thing? Oh, there we go. Perfect. Look at that. Beautiful little guy. That's excellent. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see right there. If you like pina colada, I love that. Hey, guys, I love that. I really like that one. Red Dead Redemption. I get it. I do get it. I don't hate it. Shall we take a straw poll? Shall we take a vote on our name for a fight club? I'm gonna rename some channel in the Discord to the fight club. Whatever one ends up winning is gonna get renamed, okay? So we're gonna choose very carefully, is what we're gonna do. Alright, let's do that. I don't know what channel would get renamed yet. I'm struggling to think of that part, but we'll get there when we get there. Also, I'm going to do this one by hand because I'm too lazy to do it correctly, although I really should do it correctly, so let's just do it correctly. I don't want to, but I will. We're going to go ahead and grab these. We're going to separate by selection. Pull it up. Well, we got to come up with names first. I need more than 2 names. So we have If You Like Pina Colada, and we have Red Dead Redemption. What else we got? Let's get a couple of names in here. Oh, whoops. I forgot to remove separate by selection by loose parts. Now we can apply our... nope, not what I wanted. To geometry. There we go. Okay, so you have this X value. The pillow gods. Okay. So now we got to vote for the pillow gods. Not against that one. Wouldn't be my first choice, but I'm not against it. Next. What else we got? Let's go ahead and put on a mirror modifier. We all love Mr. Six. It's in. It's one of the valid ones. If you like pina colada all the way. I sort of like If You Like Pina Colada. I sort of love If You Like Pina Colada. Okay, so we are here. Let's go ahead and do some rotations on Y. Separate by loose parts. Love is in the air, or love is the air? Boy, I hate sneezing. I'm over it. I don't want to be sick. I was not supposed to be sick today. Love is in the air. Okay. So we have a love is in the air. I got hair everywhere. I'm sneezing. I'm going nuts. Okay, so we're going to set origin to geometry because we're actually rotating around the 3D cursor now, which I don't want to be doing. The bear in the Ready-Era Fair. Okay. There's a good one. Kind of specific, but it's good. Okay, so let's start writing these down. Name for our fight club. Okay, so first off was if you like pina colada. Let's separate these. 2. Floomfy Friends Fight Club. I hate it. I hate that one. The Pillow Gods. Hold on, I'm already forgetting them. Red Dead Redemption. And dead was spelled weird, so I'm going to keep that. What else do we got? We All Love Mr. Six. Let me go ahead and show you what I'm working on. Love is in the air. Let's see, what else? We got the bear in the Ready-Era Fair. The bear and the Ready-Era Fair. What on earth are we even talking about anymore? I got room for maybe 2 more. Oh, it was a Fight Club quest in WoW. I love that. Floomfy Friends Fight Club. Alright, I got room for 1 more. Who's gonna take the cake? Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna take the cake on this one? Let's see it. We just need 1 more. You got it. Let's hear it. Shall I put 1 in? We don't use drugs. I love that. I hope people join the Discord and they're like, what the heck does that mean? All right. And now I will go ahead and just... Wait, is there not a number 1? Oh, there is. There we go. There's a 1. There's a 2. Let's not reply to barrel. Get out of here. I'm done. There's a 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And an 8. Feel free to make use of that. You're going to vote by clicking on the one you like. And I'm going to get back to work while we settle that score. Okay, so we're back to this. So what we're doing is we're offsetting our screws. So let's go RY. Hello, this one's loud. Why was this one so much louder than the last one? You voted? Very good. There we go. That is my setup for this. I think I don't care about the back too much. I think we're fine on the back. I think that is our fence. Ready to go. Am I done? Vote for all you like or just your favorites. All you like. We're gonna do all out. Okay, so given the way things are looking right now, we're going to take you and delete you. We're going to take you and delete you. We're going to grab you and throw on a mirror modifier across 3D cursor. In fact, I can keep the geometry exactly here. No, never mind. Let's not do that. Da-na-na-na. You have to color it still? Yeah, of course we have to color it, but I'm like, we're not normally this fast. Coloring's not going to take an hour. This is a pretty fast one that we've done. It looks good, though. I mean, that looks very fancy. It has great shadows. Like, this looks classy. Okay, so it's very efficient. What we're going to do is call this Spike 1. It could take an hour? Maybe. I doubt it. Spike 3. We're going to grab all of these and name all of them. I guess we'll just name them one at a time. We'll call this Hex. Oh, I wish I could do this like a spreadsheet. Okay, so that guy is going to be Spike Brace? Alright, it's lurk mode. I'm getting bonked. Why am I getting bonked? There's a cube in here? Where's this cube? What is that? You're using points? Oh, I see. I don't blame you. What is this? Why is there a cube in here? Am I missing something? Where is this cube at? Do we just have a single vertice cube? Everything looks normal. I don't know what that cube was. That was weird. Also, for the sake of how we've designed this, I kind of think the pillar shouldn't be as rounded as it is. But maybe it doesn't matter. Or maybe we want to go like this. And have a really rigid flat top to this thing. That's a better look. Okay, cool. So that is our guy. Give it weens? What does that mean? What's a ween? I think what we want to give it is a lantern. I think having little lanterns on top here is probably the energy that we're going for. Okay, so let's do that. Let's put a lantern on top of this thing. Boy, do I love being sniffly and sneezy. This is the best energy to have. Okay, 24 by 16 is just about perfect, I would argue. Da-na-na-na. Yeah, I'm back, got your reference picture, and made myself some lavender tea. Can I have some? I want lavender tea. I'm sick, I need it. It is a requirement. You are a fairy tale creature. Honestly, anybody who knows Saf knows that Saf definitely is a fairy tale creature. You're back with boba tea. Okay, you know what? Strike the lavender tea. Greenwall, I want the boba tea. So I will take that boba tea right now. I appreciate it. Thank you. There we go. Sure, you just gotta wait about a day. It's a long drive from Canada. Okay, I'm here. I'm ready. I'm a-waiting. You got water? I also have water. I don't blame you. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. We're going to merge this guy at last. This is going to be a process. I apologize for what everyone's about to witness. It will make sense when it's done. It will look good when it's done. All is well with the world. Ooh, what a soundtrack. What a beautiful soundtrack. You got better water? Now, excuse me. Excuse me, princess. Am I a crazy person to say that I think I have Link energy? Is that a projection or is that real? I also have to sneak across the border because I don't have a passport? Hell yeah. I made my bubbles too big for the boba straw. Hey, what's up, Beryl? Beryl, I am sick. But I'm not bad. In my eternal quest to be obsessed with some kind of lore. Also, is this loud or is it me? Why are my songs so loud today? In my eternal quest to be obsessed with something, I'm currently on a Dark Souls lore kick. So I've been on Dark Souls for quite a bit. This is your brain on Dark Souls. So that's the current obsession, is Dark Souls. You are always sick? When am I always sick? I'm rarely ever sick. I sneeze once per stream because I have nose hair. But I rarely get sick. I think in the past year I've been sick twice. Oh, Beryl, I'm gonna sue you. That hurt me. In a lovely kind of way, that hurt me. That was way too nice, Beryl. Beryl's out here trying to charm everybody. Also, shout out to that video you posted in Discord. That was cool. Okay, so that's roughly how I think this needs to look. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab both of these. How do you feel about getting old? Ooh, that's a hard subject. That's a touchy subject, isn't it? How do I feel about getting old? That's a good question, Mr. Six. That's a great question. I think the way I feel about getting old is I don't mind the idea of getting old. I don't hate the idea of old age. I'm not scared about it. I'm not scared of death or anything like that. So that stuff doesn't freak me out. The thing that gets me, the thing that like makes me have a lot of dread is that I won't be able to do everything I wanted to do with my life. So it's about like lost. It's more so like losing my time that I'm worried about than anything else. I'm very worried about running out of time. So yeah, I would say that's my main concern in the grand scheme of things. As far as like actually growing old though, nah, I sort of like the idea of getting old. I just hope I can I hope I can do what I want with my life and then get old and be like, "Oh, you did it." Like I want to be able to look at myself in the mirror and go like, "You old dumb bastard." Like you did it. That's the goal. But once I'm old, no problem. No problem whatsoever. So the age doesn't scare me. It's the loss of potential that scares me. Which is why we're 3D modeling right now. Which is why I've taken the weird route in my life that I have. Is because I want to spend as much time focused on those goals as possible. What about you? Mr. Six, I have a pretty strong feeling. How does everybody feel about getting old, by the way? I think we should all be thinking about this. I think Mr. Six probably has some pretty strong feelings. Hey, Tablet Genius. Hello. I believe you are Mr. Lit on the old Discord. That's not quite right, but honestly, I don't care at this point. This will be just fine. I don't think about getting old. CQDK, if anybody was not going to think about getting old, it's probably fine that it's you. You got a lot of life left to live. We all have a lot of life left to live. I don't think anybody in here is that old. And if you are, like, hey, guess what? You're not anymore. But if anybody is not old, it is CQDK. There we go. Let's go ahead and throw on some scale. Let's grab you and make sure that we bevel all of this in a really pleasing, lovely way. We can go ahead and remove this. In the face of the inevitable, you might as well laugh, for sure. If you're scared of, you know, what comes after life and stuff like that, I think that's very fair. I think that's a very fair way to feel about the world. But I would urge people to think, like, what control do you have over it? And what does that matter? Because I think, you know, there's beauty in stuff like that. There's actually a lot of beauty in that. There's something really cool and just relieving about being like, life's kind of cool. It was designed like this. Also, the world would be terrible if people were immortal. It's a pretty strong belief I have. I think the world would not be very cool if people lived forever. All right, I think that's all right. I want to fix it up a little bit, but honestly, that looks like a fence to me. I might just go ahead and take it upon myself to fix it right now. Anyway, moving on from scary talk. I'm very happy everyone's here. And I value life a lot, and I think life is very cool. And the fact that we're all here and using our time to watch an incredible nuts person do some 3D modeling is kind of wild. Isn't autonomy weird? Isn't it weird, the life and abilities that we've been given? Polar bear? That's me. That's me, I'm the polar bear. Okay, let's calculate outside. Oh, I cannot be mad at that. That looks pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Simo? Let's do 45, because I think that'll round that out. Yeah, that looks fine. I think old age is cool. Older people tend to be more peaceful. Like things that used to care for them so much in the youth doesn't same impact on them. It's kind of a relief, I guess. Yeah, you are lit. That's okay. I knew that. I figured. All is well there. Yeah, I think it's just a real journey, ain't it? Life's just a real crazy weird journey. No, we're gonna keep it round. If anything, I might even lower that. And now we can grab that, apply scale, come back here. We're gonna grab each of these and we're gonna give them just a double bevel. Just a really simple double bevel. And that should give us exactly what we want. So we'll just go 1, 2, just like that. And then I'll grab the whole thing and we're gonna merge by distance, get rid of 24 of them. We look at it, it looks super weird. But I think that's just because it doesn't have a texture on it yet. This part here looks bad. Why does that look so crazy? Red, you are a polar bear, so you are pink? What? Can I get that once more? Can I get that one more time? I didn't understand that one. We can't merge by distance here. Merge by distance. 0.0002. 0.0002. 0.0006. What? The heck is happening? Merge by distance. 0.0001. And we remove 8, and that's the number that I was looking for. And we look at this, and we say, that is not the worst thing I've ever seen. Could it use a little bit more dimension? Maybe. What are we talking about? Somehow we are talking about polar bears, and it's become, like, about American? What? I'm not following. Okay, so we got ourselves a stone fence. Can't be too upset with what we're looking at here. I can go ahead and say that this guy is... Actually, we'll leave him up for the sake of the look. And let's make some barbed wire. Little Barbara wire. Little old Barbara wire coming in clutch. Just being nonsense, nothing unusual. That makes sense. That's the Mr. Six we all know and love. There is an innate desire to leave some kind of legacy, and I will try to do so, but one must be careful in the pursuit of that. Things are vile as acts of terrorism are driven by a desire to leave something behind, even if it's a legacy of pain and suffering. I think there's some rationality there, but I think you kind of know whether you're a functioning human being or not to some degree. I suppose not everybody knows, and that is where that stuff comes from, but I would hope you know whether you're the kind of person that will commit a terrorist act or not. How in the heck am I going to make barbed wire? What? How do you make barbed wire? I think I've given myself a difficult task. Okay, so like let's talk through it. It's gonna be a learning moment for everybody. It's probably just gonna be a learning moment for me, but I'm forcing everyone to come along on this journey. We're gonna put down a curve. We're gonna make the curve nice and big. We're going nuts. We should create a O to top. I think there is one without the capital O. Pretty sure there is one already. Okay, so we have this. Excuse me. Oh wait, here we go. Here we go, here we go. I can just do this, can't I? I could just do this. We can just make a weird shape out of this curve. Okay, so we have just a flat curve. Now we have a round curve. So that makes it round. What we want is a clip in here. Potato is Dracula and Otatop is Alucard. What a cut. What a deep cut. Is that roughly how we want it to look? It's not bad looking. We round it out just a little bit. I actually think this will work, as weird as it looks. Okay, so let's try, like, doing some twists to this. Can I twist it? Alucard sounds like the name of a wizard. It is Dracula's son, is what it is. Whatever you'd like to say about that. Excuse me. It is Dracula's son. I can't make this twist. Can I twist it with a modifier? A deform. Simple deform. Twist. 180. We can. Oh, and we can see our cross section here. That's perfect. That's exactly what I need to be looking at. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. For sure we can do this. I don't get why there's 3. I don't understand the 3 part. So that's roughly the idea we want for this thing. It's a little less curved than I would like it to be, but honestly, I can't be that upset with it. I can't be that upset about this. Is that the worst geometry you've ever seen? You can also twist it in sculpting. I'm not going to sculpt it. That is something to keep in mind, though. Okay, so, like, we can leave this. I'm going to throw this up in my main scene collection. We're going to click our main scene collection. We're going to hide this. Here's what I'm trying to do. I don't really see it. My brain can't work this way. What I need to do is make 2 pieces of curve. So we'll just make a curve. I don't care yet. I need a curve like this. Let's add just a little bit of geometry to it so we can see what we're doing. And I need another one right next to it. And I have to get them to twist around each other. That's the whole goal, is to get 2 pieces of wire that are twisting around each other. How on earth would you do that? And then treat it as a single object so that I can then twist it around this pole right here. This is some, like... You gotta talk to the dev of Blender for this stuff. Let's just give it a shot. You know what? I'm just gonna give it a shot. I have a feeling we can just do this. Can we shrink wrap? Alright, so... Simo, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make this right here, this little twisty helix pattern with 2 pieces of curve. But, before we get too lost in that, I need the curve to be able to be operated as a single object that I can wrap around this pole. It's a challenge. I'm thinking the method that I'm going to use is I'm going to go shrink wrap. I'm going to shrink wrap this thing to the top curve. Oh, you can't shrink wrap to curves. Oh, no. How on earth would you do this? Curve to curve? Okay, we can do that. It looks nuts, is what it is. It's not working. Yeah, for sure. We're just testing real quick. We're having a weird little time. Make a single curve, use a profile that has 2 circles, and just twist the curve in edit mode. Make a single curve, use a profile that has 2 circles. Alright, so I think we tried to do that. Let me do it one more time. So here's my last curve. We go to profile. Use a single curve. Use a profile that has 2 curves. Use a profile that has 2 circles. Okay, so use a profile that has 2 circles. That's the part I don't understand. Otherwise, I kind of agree with you. Did you know there are over 500 patents for different constructions of barbed wire? I did not know that. That is weird. Make an object with 2 circles, use it as a bevel object. Oh, dude. Oh my gosh, Simo. You're crazy. You're cracked. For sure. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Simo. Brilliant. This is why we pay you the big bucks. Brilliant, Mr. Simo. Okay, so what I believe Simo is suggesting is we start from something like a cylinder. I'm sure Simo did not want us to use a cylinder, but I'm going to use a cylinder because I'm a nut job. Okay, so we're gonna go SX out, copy paste, pull that up. Make sure there is no space between these two. We're going to want a nice tight wire here. And now we can get into it. I didn't even think to do it like this. Okay, so we delete those faces. And now we're going to join them together. And we're going to set origin to geometry. And now what I can do is grab both of them and divide by like 24 and 24. This is nuts. What a crazy setup. And then we just take them and we go like that. And we throw on proportion and we use only connected. Make it so that it only has 2 circles, not a cylinder. Okay, I'm gonna leave this as is because I think this is actually usable in my mind, but you're gonna have to walk me through it. Oh, using a bevel object. Got it. I did not understand what you meant by that. Yes. Okay. All right. This is why we pay Simo the big bucks. This is where we go ahead and we do one of these. This is where we do one of those and we move on with our life. Okay, perfect. Simo, thank you very much. You're always incredibly talented. If not a little vague sometimes. And then we'll twist in the yes. Okay, so now we grab these two and we're going to go ahead and join them. And for the sake of it, I'm going to set origin to geometry because I think that will matter, but I don't know. We'll go back to our Bezier. Let's add ourselves a curve at a 90. We're going to push him on up. We're going to take a nice close look at him. Let's go geometry, extrude, no. Boom, boom. There he is. That's the guy we're looking for, and we're going to do object, and the object is circle, which it won't let us. Why? Bevel object. Yes, I am here right now. It won't let us choose it. Needs to be a curve circle. Can you join curves together? You can. Okay. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Can you do an impression of different accents from the US? Oh, God. What kind of question is that? Can you ask me for an accent, and can I try not to completely alienate my country folk? Okay, we can join them together. Now we come back to this and we go object type circle? A Simo. You mad dog. Simo's nuts. Simo, you're a nut job. How you make things work. Then just edit mode Control T. Yeah. I don't know if I want to do impersonations of US peeps. I grew up with a lot of Southerners. So here in Florida, we got Southerners. And it's always like, hey, y'all, how you doing? It's like that kind of stuff. You get a lot of y'alls. Y'all come back now. You get a lot of that. Oh, Simo. My main man. Really out here just solving world hunger. My main man out here is just out here solving world hunger. Partner? Partner is more of a Western thing. Simo, thank you very much. Okay, so now I got to make this thing work. You loved it? So that's what, like, my whole family sounds like. I'm a city slicker compared to all of them. Alright, so here is the disgrace of the world. I'm going to go ahead and throw on a shrink wrap and see how this works. Oh, good. That's exactly what I was going for. Yep, perfect. That's exactly what we want. Yep, that'll do. America is just yeehaw land for the rest of us. I mean, it's yeehaw land for us too. It's quite a place. The United States is a weird little guy. Okay, this is going to be a wreck. For anybody who thought that this was not going to be a big, giant issue, you're welcome for what you're about to see. So we're going to get nice little bits of barbed wire. We're going to put it right where we like it, and we're just going to get going. Okay, so we're going to have to be a little bit careful with how we cross these things. Oh, we can go crazy. Okay, never mind. We're good. I lied. So this is where I'm going to show my true colors. I'm not very good at curves. Anybody who is expecting a masterclass in curve editing, I apologize for what you're about to see. But it's also just par for the course. Shout out to Kizzen saying that we're not going to have enough time to actually color this stuff, because, boy, is that starting to feel very real. Is there a better way to do this? Should I have thought about this in a different way? You know what? Let's take a break real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna paint this first. I'm gonna worry about the wire later. So we're gonna say double circle template. Got back from my meeting, and what happened to be done? I was just saying that you really called it on us running out of time. Okay, so let's go to the coloring part. That's really where the work needs to be done. Because even if I don't wrap this in barbed wire, this is a good looking fence. Like, this fence is perfect. Okay, so what I want to do... You know what? Let's remove this mirror. We're going to grab all of this. And I'm going to merge all of this together into one mesh. It'll be easy enough to remove if I have to, but I think joining all of that together is going to be in our best interest. Did you spend half the time making barbed wire? Yeah, basically. Basically is what happened. Okay, so this is going to be called our metalwork, and the other part is called our stonework. And we're good. So we're going to make dirty metal. Easy enough. And I think barbed wire is unnecessary and would detract from the beauty of the fence. I think in a normal situation, I agree with you. In this specific one, I don't totally agree. But we're going to skip it for now. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-do. Ba-ba-do. Bum-ba-dum. Bum-ba-dum. Bum-bum-ba-dum. There's something about accents that you love? Like what? Ugh. Stop being sick. I'm gonna manifest no longer being sick. I cast Sickness Be Gone. I cast it, and it's gone, and it's away. I'm going to throw this up here, and I'm going to throw an invert. Color invert on the metal. That way we can have these little pieces. Oh, that looks good. I think I would rather have a Musgrave than a color noise, or a noise thing, but we're going to try two of these guys real quick. Also going to apply scale. The power of Blender compels histamines to leave. Begone, histamines. How the same language can be interpreted by different groups of people. Oh, yeah. There's a great example of this, actually. I'm kind of worried about getting copyright struck for doing this, but I think I should show you this. You know what? Actually, I'm going to post it in Discord because I'd rather stay focused on what we're doing. We're definitely going to run out of time. But I'm going to post a little thing later. There's an anime called Nichijou. It's very good. It's one of my favorites of all time. It's an amazing anime. And in it, there's a little, like, sub-cartoon that they do sometimes. And in that cartoon, they go over the Osakan dialect. In Osaka, people have this weird dialect where they have, like, different words for things, different names for things, etc., etc., etc. And it's almost completely different than Japanese. It uses the same grammar, it has a lot of the same words, but there's some things that are just completely different for seemingly no reason. And, yeah, it just, like, goes over it. And so it's like an angel trying to teach a demon how to speak non-Osakan. And it's just cool. It's a weird little thing that exists in Japan. And they have just two different languages, basically. So if you're into that kind of stuff, there's an example of it in Nichijou. So I'll post that later. Just remind me if I forget. I'll try to do it as soon as stream ends. I'll just go grab it, toss it up, and then take a break. But if I forget, just harass me. It's cool. That show is amazing. I love that show. Anybody who needs a good show to watch, shout out to Nichijou. Nichijou is a wonderful show. It did way better in the United States than it did in Japan. And they released a sequel and tailored it directly to English audiences. And that one did way better in Japan than in the United States. Oh, I'm losing frames. Hello? Okay, I just lost a bunch of frames out of nowhere. I don't know where that came from. That was weird. Let me double check that I don't have some background thing going on somewhere. Not really. Why'd I lose all those frames? There's a great song from my Chilean friend who sent me about all these guys tried to learn to speak Spanish to impress girls in each country they go to use different slang words that mean something completely different and they insult people. I love that. Yeah, Japan's got some wild language hierarchy. For sure. Alright, I won't worry about it if it wasn't too bad on your end. It just said I dropped 900 frames in like a second. Okay, there we go. That is the fence texture done. Now let's color it. It looks good. It's got the right energy. Now what we want to do is copy this. I think it might be dropping because of Eevee, which is a weird byproduct of Eevee. I'm new in England where there's a bunch of different native dialects within miles of each other. That is bewildering. That's like hard to wrap your brain around. AOA, man! It's the only one I know. AOA! It's the only English, like, slang that I understand. Okay, so this should render everything correctly, if I know what I'm doing. In fact, I'm looking at this right now, and I've done it pretty bad. Okay, I just made like 1,000 copies of this, I think. No! Oh my god, Eevee. Please. I'm too impatient for my own good. Okay, get rid of you. Load once. Plug you in. And plug you in. And we're done. We're done thinking about this, okay? Okay, this is perfect. This is as good as it gets. I do not need to think about it any more than this. Look how good that looks. Look how beautiful she looks. Now you get plugged in over here and we're done. Stop it. Get some help. Okay, so this is going to be our pristine part, and then the back part is going to be the non-pristine part. So let's get you colored something that we like. A dark black is nice. And now you can be a little bit lighter and desaturated just a little bit. Throw in the middle here, even less saturation. I like Boston, and the Boston accent is one of, like in one neighborhood, and then you go to another place, they have the Maine accent. Those states shouldn't even be states, and they're so small, but they have all their own accents. It is crazy. Japanese people use the V gesture in positive connotation, but in English it strives near the middle finger. The V gesture? What's the V gesture? Can you explain what the V gesture is for us? I've not heard of this. First to finger up, backwards peace sign? That's offensive? That's not offensive. I don't know a single person in the world who finds this offensive. I've never thought of that as being an offensive symbol. Oh, it is in England? Oh, I did not know that. Well, hello, English people. How you feel about my signage? You know what? Get what you get. Na, 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 na. The more I'm looking at this, the more I want it to be exactly the opposite of this. Do, 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 do. That is weird. Culture is weird. Lots of places have been using the middle finger for pointing. The craziest thing that ever happened to me with like quote unquote offending people or like offensive material in general is I was sitting in college. I was in college and I was sitting here like this with my foot up, right? And I'm sitting there and this guy, a teacher of mine, grabs my foot and throws it on the ground like that. And I look up at him like, excuse me? Like, what was that about? And he goes, okay, this is vaguely racist, I think. I apologize to all Middle Easterners. He goes, in my country, you don't do that. And I just looked at him like, okay, like, sure. And yeah, showing the bottom of your foot to people is very offensive. I never stop crossing my legs. My legs are basically always crossed, so shout out to anybody who's ever offended at my crossed legs, because that's just how I am. I don't really agree with the idea of like being offended by. I don't really get like being offended by stuff in general. Like, I guess it makes sense if somebody's like being a jerk to you and like trying to like start something and you're defending yourself. Like, that's fine. I'm not trying to stop people from feeling whatever way they feel. But it's sort of like there's a point where you go, it ain't that big. Like, it's a foot. I think there's just a point where it doesn't matter. Like, the fact that it matters to individuals is important. I'm not saying that people are invalid for having the feelings that they have. Of course they're valid. I think it's weird that like the societies that they belong to have decided that such minute things can be considered offensive. Like pointing your middle finger at somebody. Who cares? Why would that matter? Why would that matter at all? Like, who cares about a middle finger? Stuff like that's wild to me. Okay, so that is roughly the look we're going for, and this white needs to be dropped down just a little bit. That looks just about right to me, and now we just need to get the volumes correct on everything. I'm still playing with some style study stuff. I've been doing a lot of thinking about what my quote-unquote style is in 3D modeling, and we're getting close to something that I think is good. I have a kind of an idea. I was playing Kentucky Route Zero yesterday, and there was a thing in that I was like, that's my style. So I'm just working towards that. Okay, so that is roughly the way I want that to look. That looks about right to me. And now we're going to take this and drop this down. That looks a little bit better. And now we just need to play with size. So let's get that size looking good. The wildest thing to me is that people that cuss all the time using made-up cuss words get offended by real cuss words. Can you give me an example of that? When I was in grade 6 or 7, we had to be reading buddies with kindergartners, and so many of them would use their middle fingers to point. It was hard to explain to them why they shouldn't do that. If you hit your thumb with a hammer, I don't care if you drop the F-bomb or say fudge sickle. It has the same meaning as part of your brain and controls cussing. There's the anarchist in me who is like, the fact that we care about cursing is really stupid. Like, there's the anarchist in me that's just like, that's dumb. And what's the point? But I think there is a part of it that's like, there is some logical explanation there. I don't know what it is. Still figuring that part out. There is something there. Oh, that's the look. Look at that. I just don't know what it is yet. Okay, so now we just find the thing that we want. Oh, that's a crazy look. Does that look good? Because I think that looks really good. That looks crazy. Okay. I don't know why I'm singing, where it's just a singing kind of day. Cussing activates a part of your brain that helps you understand / suppress pain. I definitely agree with that. But, like, why? Like, why is that? I think it's innate. If you trip over someone's foot, like their foot was in the way, you were not trying to hurt you, someone sticks their foot out, meaning makes you fall, that's crappy. What? I just don't understand, like, where cursing comes from, you know? Like, at what point do people derive words that mean curse words? Or is it, like, a byproduct of, like, trying to explain psychological states? Because I think that's ultimately what it is, right? Is you trying to explain, like, I feel... and you say it. Which, at least to me, is separate from cussing as an intent to insult people. Yeah, that makes no sense to me. Okay, I think this fence is done. I think that's it. Now we have 8 minutes to go ahead and make the stonework. Let's make the stonework. If someone uses a word with the intention to degrade or belittle someone, that's messed up, but it's not the word that's bad or the intent. Yeah, for sure, but, like, why? That's the part that I don't understand, is, like, why does this even exist in the first place? Like, what's the point? What's the point of curse words? Also, quick note for Blender stuff. I really need to make a preset stone texture. I feel like I'm making stone stuff every single day now, and I need to stop doing this. This is getting a little out of hand. We have the saying that goes, who wants to beat a dog can always find himself a stick. People who want to be mad at you will find a reason no matter how stupid. Oh, for sure. I just don't know where curse words come from. That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, so we have what I think will be our stone. I'm going to make just the default stone that I normally make, but I think we're going to rethink this later. Okay, so we have stone, right? Like, that is stone. It's not very good looking stone, if I'm being perfectly honest. That's probably better looking stone. That's got a little bit more realism to it. Every generation determines the cuss words really. Like, my mom got super upset with me for saying the word pissed me off. I remember having moments like that with my mom, too. It is weird how that works, isn't it? So I guess the question is there validity to curse words? Like, do curse words serve a purpose? Or, like, what a better question, sorry, new question. What would be the byproduct of a society that said we don't have curse words anymore? Like, they don't exist. What would happen? Would people just use them anyway? Would people be angrier? Would people be happier? Like, what would be the byproduct of having no curse words? Words are nothing without context, for sure. There's a really good video from way back when by a creator called Maddox, who, if you know him, you know him. If you don't, he's a character. There was a video by Maddox who talked about sexuality in the context of sexuality. And they said the craziest thing ever that like blew my mind. He said that if you draw characters sexually, it's not inherently sexual until they are being demonstrated in sexual situations, because a doctor operating on a naked patient isn't just turned on. Clearly, a doctor can look at somebody who is naked and think like, I need to help this person. And that doesn't make the situation inherently sexual. And hearing that was like, whoa. Like, that kind of blew my mind. I was like, that's true. Like, that is how the world works. So shout out to Maddox for being just the coolest. If not, also not the not coolest. Maddox is definitely a character. If you don't know Maddox, go check out Maddox. I don't think he does YouTube anymore. Cussing words serve two purposes. One, managing pain and stress. Two, to be deliberately insulting. Nothing new for a Finnish guy that nude does not equal sexuality. Yeah, I'm the same way. Nude does not equal sexuality. Especially toplessness. Like, we are way too advanced as a society to be thinking that toplessness is anything. If you legitimately think to yourself that toplessness is sexual, like, I'm glad you like something. That's cool. Like, good for you for enjoying things and having a great life. But, like, it's not sexual. Being topless is as sexual as people who like feet, which is fine if that's your fetish, but, like, we shouldn't be going around telling people not to show their feet off in public. Like, that's a weird dystopia I don't want to live in. If you got rid of curse words, you will still have some words for, some sorts of sound for, even if it was just ouch. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So I guess in this theoretical world, would ouch become a curse word? Like, given enough time, does ouch become a curse word? Because I think what we're saying is yes, it does. And I think the implication of that is pretty weird. Also, I don't know how to make this thing work. Sir, please? Okay, we're going for the subtle look. I want to keep things as subtle as possible. We're going for a very, very subtle look. We're going to make this thing work, I promise. Really, really subtle. That's, I think, a big problem with my art is that I don't consider subtlety as often as I should. Ouch serves the same brain biological function as any other curse word for pain management. Yes, but given enough time, would people start using ouch as a way of degrading other people? Because I think what we're saying is yes, they would do that. You make me feel ouch. I think you would see that, right? You're a real ouchy person. I think you would see that. I think that's actually how curse words develop, now that I'm thinking about it. I think that is genuinely how it works. Okay, I don't know how much I love this look, but we're going to stick with this for the time being, and I'm going to try and get the materials right. Okay, so specular is high, roughness is super high. That looks pretty good. Dare I say that actually looks kind of nice. What I want to do is remove this noise function right here. And we have these little bumps everywhere. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Color me not upset with this. And now we can up that detail to 7. Up this guy to 10. And we got ourselves a little stone boy. Okay, I'm going to invert it and see what happens. But otherwise, I think we're done. There is a semi-interesting show about the history of cuss words on Netflix. The one on the sword, recreating the class experiment where people have to hold their hands in ice water as long as possible with or without cussing. You think you've never said the F word talking to native English speakers? I use the F word all the time. It's my favorite. We go through the ouch as a cuss word twice a year now. Twitch banned one word, for example, and the S word. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Simo and I had a whole discussion about the S word being banned on Twitch. It makes literally no sense. It's the weirdest decision they could have made. That's good looking stone. Hey, buds, that's good looking stone. I don't care what you say. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add some articulate detail to this, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish the rally. And by rally, I mean raffle. So, last chance for the raffle. Let me go ahead and put that out there. Last chance. You have very few moments to get into the raffle. If you want to control the last little bit of stream, now is your chance. Enjoy it while you can. Actually, the black is kind of a good look. That's kind of a great look. I'm going to add just a touch of green to this. The tiniest little touch of green does it. The only thing that I would like to do is maybe add patches of moss, which is the thing that I haven't been doing recently, but color me not that upset with what we're looking at here. That looks pretty solid. I'm going to grab this and come up just a little bit. Interesting, Japanese doesn't have very many cuss words. That's not been my experience. I think Japan has a lot of cuss words. At least, like, semi-adjacent words. Curse words started to appear more accurately during, to take on foul context, something during the late medieval era when the nobility started to adopt a more fancy dictionary to distance themselves. Yeah, I don't really agree with, like, that use of curse words. You're right, though. Okay. Okay, so that's that. Let's go ahead and throw on... Let's throw on the winner. All right, we're choosing a winner now. Raffle is over. The winner is Silken Coat with, I believe, 1 ticket. It's been a 1-ticket winner the last 3 streams. So apparently only doing 1 ticket is the way that you win, folks. So keep that in mind. All right, Silken, what do you want? Let's hear your idea. We got some fence with some stonework. It is more context than it is insulting. You want a gargoyle? Oh man, you all inspire me to never. You all inspire me to not want to do the raffle sometimes. Um, a gargoyle. Okay, I better save this. I better come back. The color is basically perfect, so we'll take that. The barbed wire, we gotta leave up. We'll call this barbed ref. All right, let's look at some pictures of gargoyles. And let's see how hard a gargoyle actually is. Gargoyle sounds so hard. That sounds like one of the hardest things you can make in my, like, specific skill set. Oh my god, gargoyles are crazy. How the heck am I gonna make this? If you don't, I can pick something else. I was going for stone and castle adjacent. Maybe start thinking about other things than a gargoyle. And I'll look at gargoyles and see if I can find something. Boy, a gargoyle is pretty rough. This is about as hard as you can make something. Aren't gargoyles like literally one of the more difficult things to make as a stoneworker in a physical medium? We're looking at pictures of gargoyles. I think there's just a delay between us. I think there might be a big delay between us. Let me put that out there. I did drop like 1,000 frames earlier. Oh man, a gargoyle is tough. I'm trying to find the easiest one I can find. It's probably got to be something like that. Although, boy, does that do it for me. You can do it, we believe in you? I think I stopped taking we can believe in yous after my first month of Blender. I'm going to try to make this, okay? I'm going to do it. We're gonna do this. Whew. Okay. Take a breath. We're gonna hit complete. We're gonna go and we're gonna look into here. And let me throw down a little gargoyle and we're gonna take a look at this guy. It's always something with you guys. It's always something crazy. We believe. We believe in you. Let's go ahead and add ourselves a gargoyle. I think that's how you spell it. Okay, okay. This is all going to be a sculpt. No, I'm doing the gargoyle. We're doing it. Okay. Let's do this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and throw on a cube. Big old cube. Okay, let's get you going. I wish you could just crop images right inside of Blender. That would be super useful for me. So let's get to a size that we like working in. I'm going to say 0.5 is fine. We're going to go ahead and turn on our setup here with X. You like challenges? You could take the old owl you did and modify deform it to make it stone. No, no, no. I think to combine your two thoughts together, I don't like taking shortcuts. I don't necessarily love challenge, though. I like challenging myself offline when I'm not on camera. But we can do this. This ain't my first rodeo. I can do this. We can do this. Let's up that strength. We're going to go high strength, super fast editing. I'm going to make the most brute force thing that I can make right away, and then we're going to ease it out later. Okay, so first things first, let's make those lips. Okay, so we got weird little lips here. Nope, that looks just about right. And now we're gonna puff down these little lips here. Please don't connect those guys. Do you consider yourself an optimistic person? Yes. Yes, I do. Very much so. I think if I wasn't as optimistic as I would, my life would be a lot more bleak. I think I'm a pretty dark person. Like I think I'm optimistic for sure, but I'm also fairly dark, like thematically. Why is your auto merge turned on? Auto merge is not turned on. What? No, that's not auto merge. I'm cutting is what I'm doing. We'll get there, I promise. I just have to get the shape right first, and then we're going to do all the fine detail later. Honestly, this is not coming out too bad already. Color me not too displeased with what we're making here. Think of this as a rematch of the Iron Maiden face. Don't even get me started on that. Okay. Here's our weirdo boy face. For everybody that loves to come in here, you gotta go. Hey, no problem. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to another episode of Please Use Dino Topo. Not happening. Oh, this is the song I've been waiting for. I was waiting for this all stream. I love this song so much. Shout out to Ape Escape for being really just that game. Okay. I'm feeling a little bit less sick all of a sudden, too, so we're all coming up. Okay, we're going to make a very specific shape here, and then I will make it look good in just a moment. Go gargoyle, keep the demons of sickness away. Aren't gargoyles very weird? They are like intrinsically demons, right? What's up with gargoyles? Why are they the way they are? Okay, that'll do. It's going to take a couple of tries to get this right, but once I get it right, it'll be good. Make sure we get all that looking good, and then we're going to smooth all this bad boy out. Get that face feeling like a real face. Okay, let's do that nose. We're going to use this guy. And we're going to get that angle just perfect. I have a feeling that this is going to look a little jank. Oh, it looks great. All right, we can do this. I don't know where this is coming from right now, but I can do this. Okay, that shape is not bad looking. Wikipedia says they're used to keep water from running down and eroding masonry. I love that. That's such a cool little thing. That's way cooler than like warding out evil spirits in my mind. That's a perfect looking nose as far as I'm concerned. Okay, that is not the world's worst gargoyle I've ever made. And I think I've only ever made one gargoyle, so what that means, I don't know. This has big Shadow of the Colossus energy, which is where I'm really starting to get obsessed with it. Let's puff out that chin. Why are we doing this? I don't exactly know yet. Just kind of felt like it. It felt right to me. We're making like a Thanos gargoyle? I don't know. What's happening? I don't know why I'm doing this. It just makes sense. He's got like a weird like water thing going on. No, get rid of all that. Get rid of that. We're going to add a little dimple on his chin, and that's going to be it. He's going to have a little butt chin. Okay, now we gotta fix his mouth. That shouldn't be too hard. Oh, and his nose. I'm looking at his nose, and it's definitely not ridged correctly right here. Are we pleased with him? Does this look good? I think I love him. I think he's amazing. I kind of also like the mouth being closed, even though that's definitely not how this should look. But it's got a weird vibe to it that I'm sort of into. Let's get a little bit more fine detail for this last little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and cut into this mouth. Bum, ba, da, 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 da. Water shooting out the sides of the mouth would be dope. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking as well. Like he's drooling a little bit. I can try and make that work, honestly. Okay, there he is. There's our gargoyle. How long did that take? 15 minutes? For a bad gargoyle? I'm not that displeased. Let's do those eyes. No, no. Ba ba da ba ba. And now I'm going to go ahead and tilt this by 90 degrees. Well, I'm actually pretty pleased with this. Color me pretty stoked about what we just did. Let's dissolve all of that into one face, and we're going to go ahead and extrude it in. Just like that. Should be fine. We'll go ahead and GY that on back a little bit further. If I'm in a situation with a similar setup, I'm going to pick up a Colossus, and it's a goodish gargoyle. I'm sorry? Can you say that in another way to me? I did not understand what you're talking about. There we go. There's our eyeball. Pretty good looking eye. The gargoyle is good. Thank you. Very appreciated. Now you know how to make a gargoyle, like, really scary. We're going to make the eye a little weird. Nope, don't do that. Don't do that. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it. We got to get the rotation perfect, but once we get it right, we're good. So this is gargoyle head. This is gargoyle eye. We grab you. We're going to throw on a mirror modifier. The mirror is going to be displaced by gargoyle head. And now we got to get that rotation just right. That has an intensity to it. And if I win a raffle and we're doing castle/stonework, I'm going to pick out one of the colossi from Shadow of the Colossus. Oh no. Don't make me make a colossi from Shadow of the Colossus, please. That is super difficult. Like the bird one would look amazing? No. There's no need for that. Okay. Look at him. His mouth sucks, but like, so be it. Actually, I can make his mouth not suck if we embrace that this is supposed to be like this. Like, if we embrace this as, like, yes, he has a conjoined mouth sort of thing here. Okay, so if we do that, and then we come in here and we just go like that. Nope, not that. Come in here, do this really carefully to get that looking good, and very carefully just to get that looking good. Especially this guy right here. You like the lips? I appreciate it. It's kind of Japanese. Gargoyles have a real Japanese vibe to them, don't they? Very Shinto. That crooked nose is wild to me. Let's give that lip a little bit of an edge to it. It's a little too... It looks a little bit more like an Oni or a Temple Dog. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and push up into this nose once more. Since we rounded it out a little bit earlier. He is haunting. He is a haunted man. He looks like one of the dudes from Hercules. One of the little singing gargoyles or whatever they are. Oh man, I love him. This is like 30 minutes. There's no way. Since when? Since when could I pull stuff like this off? Okay. Let's go ahead and finalize the last little bit of him. We're going to do some like beaded eyebrows. I think that's like a way cooler look than having individual eyebrows. There we go. This is a nice creepy statue face. You could put this in an asset shop. I don't think I would put this in an asset shop. It's interesting, I suppose, but it's not what I'm going for. I think I'm done. I think I'm done with him. Okay, let's make some water. Let's make a little bit of water. Good job. Thank you. Very appreciated. We can get rid of that. This is going to get a little bit awkward for just a moment. How are we going to do this? How do we want to make water coming out of his mouth? The water physics stuff is like totally beyond me. I hate using it. Worth all the money you spent on the raffle? This is definitely one of the weirder ones I've done in a little while. Let's go ahead and feed something in his mouth. Thank you for the stretch. Oh, what a crack. I don't think this is gonna work, but I'm gonna give this a shot just in case. We're gonna go ahead and make a piece here. Like this. We're gonna throw a shrink wrap on this. This is gonna get weird quick. Thank you for the save. Just in case we break something. I don't think we're going to break anything, but it is not a bad habit to get into. Okay, there we go. That's more along the lines of what I'm going for. Okay, so I'm getting a little confused about how to do this. Hey, thanks for the ups on that. Careful not to absolutely destroy our mesh. Bum, bum. Oh, I don't back down. I do my best not to back down on requests. Sometimes it's inevitable. Sometimes it's a little difficult. But this one, there was no way. Also, I'm realizing I don't want to do it that way. Ba-ba-da. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Da 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 da. Okay, we're gonna give him a little bit of a collision object. And we're gonna make a new object, and it's going to be a plane. We're gonna be really careful with how we do this one, because I think we're gonna screw everything up really fast here. So get that sitting inside of his mouth. Okay. Dada boom. That's it. We got that down. We're going to edit it. Bring this to the side, up to here. This is going to be really ugly. I apologize for what you're about to see. Any expertise that I had just a moment ago will be out the window. Okay, grab the whole thing. We're going to subdivide it like 1,000 times. And what we're going to do is throw on some cloth physics, and I'm going to just let it run. I think we will actually get what we want if we do this correctly. So we just got to be careful that we're doing this appropriately. So let's give it an in frame of 400, and we're just going to let it run. Well, I think that's going to look really weird. How am I going to make this work? Let's go back to 1. Let's try it again. I'm trying to get it to cling less to itself. I think that's about as good as I can hope for it to be. So we're going to try this real quick. We're going to put a little bit of a note on here and see what happens. But otherwise, I don't know what else to do for it. So let's give this guy the stonework. And the stonework, we'll come back to this and fix this later. Oh my gosh, he looks nuts. And now we're going to make some water. So let's give it transmission. Let's give it some roughness. I'm going to go ahead and maybe add a subdivision surface to it to make it look nice and smooth like water. I'm going to give it some of that. A little bit of alpha, which we don't have because we're in Eevee, so I got to turn it on. Alpha blend. If it doesn't rain in your game, then water won't matter, but the stone face looks amazing. Well, thank you. I don't know if it rains or not. It's going to be kind of random. Well, he just looks like he's eating a piece of plastic, is what it looks like. He really does just look like he's eating a piece of plastic. The way that I think I want to do this is make Cossacks, which is going to be a little tough, but we're going to give it a shot. The easiest Cossack that I can think of is a Musgrave. Set up with a color ramp. And that color ramp is going to be set with really distinct colors. And then we're going to add darkness to this alpha. Okay, so that does not look great. We need to increase that scale like a lot. And we need this to be even more distinct. And they don't connect to each other, which is actually terrible. So instead, I will use a wave. It would make sense that you would use a wave for a Cossack, but I hadn't thought about that until just now. So let's throw on a wave texture. Okay, now we can up that distortion to crazy amounts. Oh, this is not going to work at all. Okay, I think the water's a bust. I think it's a bust on the water. So let's focus on this man. Something that I think would make this look really good is if we made the mouth. Okay, I got an idea. I'm going to throw an image texture on here. Let me go ahead and make a new one. This is going to be called Gargoyle. Oh, wait, hold on. Go back. Go back. Back. Okay, now we make a new one. We call this Gargoyle Face. Yeah, water physics is frustrating. Well, I wasn't actually doing water physics. I was trying to make artificial water. But nonetheless, it's definitely not the vibe today. Okay, so let's go ahead and texture paint this guy. I have a crazy vibe. That I can do something super nuts. We're all going to hopefully revel in something really cool here for a moment. If you put them in your game and you have time, you should figure out how to make the eyes follow you. We were asked to make a gargoyle, but it does look like a war pig, doesn't it? Okay, let's throw on an image texture. And I'm going to make just a default image texture. Gargoyle. Here we go. The mind is unlocking. Yeah, a little chubby gargoyle. You know how it is. Okay, so we got him. This is gonna be it. This is going to be it. We get into UV, we click him, we go to texture paint, and we're going to turn on our XY. I know you can do this. Don't show menus. Where is our XY? There it is. X is already turned on. I got the idea. We're going to use red. Okay, he doesn't want to allow us to click him. We don't have a UV setup, that's what it is. So let's smart UV project using whatever angles we need. I'm going to do a sphere project. I think that's going to look fine. No. Once more, cube project. That looks terrible. All right, we're going to use just a regular old smart UV, but we're going to set maybe the distances lower or distances higher. This is always the fun. This is the thing that I don't understand at all. When people are like, hey, just UV project it, I'm like, what does that mean? What do you actually want from me? Okay, so now, hey, oh, he's all messed up though. He's all blotchy. Come back. Let's go back to our edits. Let's UV project again, with this time having island margins of 0.5. Sure, that'll work. Why not? It's probably way too much. Why are you painting up there? Why is it painting up there? That doesn't make any sense. What is all this? Don't do this. Make the circle smaller? It's probably what I should be doing, shouldn't it? Why is it doing this? I'm not even near that. And it's not even near each other on here. Okay, so we're going to do a brand new projection type. I'm going to project based off of view. And we're going to cross our fingers that this works. This is a bad thing, and you should never do this. Do not follow my example, but it's what I'm going to do. Okay, now we're back. There we go. Yeah, you won't see any of that. Perfect. Why is it doing all this? What is all this? Okay, just get rid of that. That's fine. We got a little bit of red. We've done it. Now let's go to green. I thought I was going to be such a smart little cookie here, but I ended up just getting destroyed by this thing. You're curious about what the you curious about the end game? Yeah, you're gonna like the way you look. This is gonna turn out. I guarantee it. There we go. That looks pretty solid to me. And finally, we're gonna go and grab that green one more time. Won't let me paint that part, so I'm actually going to get rid of that green that I just did, and we should be fine. Okay, so we got a boy with this map right here. It's actually kind of cool looking. It's very haunting looking. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. We're going to save this image as, and we'll save it on the desktop as gargoyle.png. Sure. I go back to my nodes, and we have a gargoyle.png. Let me make sure it's in the correct file. It's on the desktop. Perfect. We've done it. Okay. Here we go. This is it. This is the moment of truth. So we're going to plug all this back in just as we had it before. We got 15 minutes. I think we can make this work. No problem. So I have this, and I'm going to add a very specific node to it. I'm going to go to converter, separate RGB. That's the magic right there. So first and foremost, I will put a color ramp down, and we're going to go to G. And green is going to be our roughness. So we should just have green here. Perfect. Perfect. Look at that. So now we've made the mouth wet, is what I've done. So for anybody who's following, how I did that is I painted just with a green channel to make the mouth wet. So this way, I can separate 3 different colors and have 3 different distinct views on this thing. That's why I used green for one and red for another. So, we're good. So now we're also going to use green to separate some colors. So let's pop this on over here. And we're going to have a really weird looking node set up for just a moment. We're going to go and use a mix RGB. And it's going to be determined by green. Come on. And that is going to be a little bit of moss. You could also use it to make more eroded in the drainage channel. Smart cookie. That's what you're doing. In fact, I think we'll just go ahead and do that right away, right? So we'll just take this and do a hue saturation. And we'll set saturation to green and maybe put an invert on it. Actually, I think I want hue to be my green, but we'll try saturation first. And by hue, I definitely meant value. There we go. So first things first, we want to invert that, and then we want to remove some of the invert. There we go, just like that. And then we're going to drop that inversion down just a little bit. There we go. Now I can go ahead and invert that. Make sure that it dips inward a little bit. It doesn't look great, but I also don't have the time to sit here and think about that. So we're going to keep it just as is. And this guy is going to be dropped down quite a bit. Sure, that'll be the look right there. Now, we want some color here. Let's grab this and add some greenish undertones to this. Maybe a green and a blue. So we'll do a little bit of green and a little bit of blue. Hello? Add a little bit of blue to that. Pop those guys down onto here. That should look like it. Honestly, that's good enough for my needs. And then we're going to do one more. Mix RGB. In fact, I'm not going to do a mix RGB. I'm going to... Yes, I will do a mix RGB. We're going to do a mix RGB. We're going to use the red channel for this one. It's a little ugly. I apologize for what we're looking at. I don't really have time to sit here and comb out my setup, so we're just going to take it as is. Up we go, and one last one. Wow, this is the ugliest node array I have made in a long time. But it'll have to do, because I don't have time to sit here and think about it. Future you is going to hate coming back to these nodes. I might never come back to this. Just going to put that out there. There we go. Just a little bit of red to give you that pigmentation, to give you something kind of cool to look forward to. And now we pop the eyes back in. And now we need to make the eyes very visually distinct. So the eyes are stonework. We're going to call these stone eyes. And I think we might just want to copy that little red design. I think that's about as much as I want to do there. So let's make sure everything is good. I think he's done. There's part of me that really wants to put lights inside of the eyes, but I don't think that's a great idea, and I'm not going to do it. So I think we're done. I think that's our man. So now I will take it upon myself to grab all of this. We're going to turn our stone fence back on, make him small enough to fit on the stone fence. Oh, he's haunting. Oh, he is haunting. You do not want this thing looking at you while you're walking down the street. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and throw a mirror modifier on here and mirror him across the stonework. Do the same thing, mirror modifier across the stonework. This is how you keep the ghosts out, for sure. Okay, so this stonework on him needs to be changed a little bit. It's a little too quiet for me. Okay, so this is getting a little out of hand, I think. It's getting a little hard to look at. There we go. That looks way better. And the one thing I think we need to add is this thing is probably getting touched quite a bit, so we're going to erode that rock down a little bit. We're going to get this guy looking a lot smoother. Maybe a little too smooth. There we go. There's a part of me that really wants to make him like a completely different color. There's a part of me that thinks like he's way too easy. and he doesn't stick out enough. Man, I'm not sure about these guys. I'm not sure about them. They look nuts. If I were to go like full on black. How do you separate a gargoyle from the stone around it? This is a real quandary. How do you make it look visually distinct from the stonework that it's literally just sitting on? Good question. You can try going more beige than gray. Interesting idea. Let's go for it. It does stick out a little better there. Maybe I want to grab this and edit this guy down a little bit. I like that it sticks out, but not too much. I like that too. I just think it's not enough. That, I think, is the best look we got so far. And I don't want him to look so orange, so we're going to bring this... It is just kind of haunting looking. Also, I think... okay, so looking at it realistically, let's take this white and drop the white down a little bit. So we're going to give him a little bit more of a glossy look and maybe change a few of these things. Huh. Where is Simo? You think Sim would be proud of this one? The green is a bad look. Otherwise, I'm pretty in on it. I'll have to post it. Simo's pretty good about checking my Instagram. So Simo's going to look at this and be like, whoa. Oh, that's true. Simo would have advice. Okay, well, you know what? I think I'm done. It's 5 o'clock. I think we're set. I think it's as good as I'm going to get that guy looking right now. I could sit and really think about this. I might need to do some stoneworking tutorials on YouTube. So I think that might be my next thing that I work on. A little bit of stoneworking. So let's set up a camera. Let's get it in a position that we like. We'll do a little bit of GY. A little bit of GZ. A little bit of RX. GY one more time. GX. Not sure if it will end up on fences, but they look good. Yeah, I don't think they'll be on the fence, but I might use them for something. Cameras are always very complicated to figure out. You know what? Let's go... Let me get out of here real quick. I kind of hate doing camera work. It's always so difficult to tell what you're up to. So I'm just going to do that real quick. And then just do a little GZ on down. Nope, not what I wanted. Go back to global. GZ on down. GY. GX. GY. And GX. GY. GX. Okay, now you can at least see both of them a little bit. And we should have pretty good composition here. That's a good looking shot. Toss them in an asset store, see what happens. Yeah, we'll figure all that stuff out. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with them as of right now. I don't know why camera is one of the most difficult things in Blender. So if you have a numpad, there is a hotkey to switch to your current view. And it is very useful. But I don't have it because Blender is a nutty beast for me. Okay, so that's going to be our shot. Let's pick a world texture and we'll get going. So I'm going to pick a world texture and then I'm done. Thank you to everybody that joined today. Very big shout out. It's been very nice. I'm going to go look for somebody to raid in just a moment. I would appreciate if everyone just gave them a nice hello. You don't have to stay. You don't have to go crazy or anything like that. But we like to look for people as much as we can. Oh, that is a look right there, isn't it? Let's go... Is that the shot we want? I know this is a little, like, out of focus. It's kind of a cool look, though. You know what? That's the one I'm using. That's good juxtaposition in my mind. That's like a weird mixture of things. It was amazing watching you work and glad to have a chance to direct that end and challenge you to make something fun and haunting. Hey, that is very sweet. Thank you. Just pushing myself, man. It's all we can do, right? It's just all about growing every day. Okay, so let's go ahead and say that's done. I'll go ahead and get that rendered up in just a moment, and let's pop onto Twitch and see who we are going to raid today. All right, who do we want to look at? Who is here today? There's a lot of people. There's this guy. There's one person in particular who says that they're 3D modeling, and they're always playing GTA 5. And I'm like, that's the most annoying thing in the world. It's so annoying. Oh, somebody's making a mimic. Oh, it's Scroopy. I've been Scroopy subscribed at the beginning of Scream. Let's give Scroopy a little raid, since he showed us some love earlier. It could be like an old European park. That's definitely what it feels like. Okay, so Scroopy it is. Scroopy with a million Ys. All right, let's do this thing. Mr. Scroopy. So we're going to pop on over to our dashboard. We're going to go into a raid. And everybody, go show Scroopy some love. It looks like he's working on something really cool right now. Scroopy. All right. I will see you all on Friday. Ciao. Have a good time. Catch you all on the next one.